All right, also we're going to take advantage of Radar being here, and I want to really know, because Khaled is up in arms about his new album coming in at number 2. And everyone's like, he's like, we're the best, and everyone's like, no, you're the second best.
If that. I mean, it's fallen now. So.
It's fallen. So talk to me about how you feel about Khaled and his hate, his disdain. He's just hating.
I feel like if you really, accept your blessings, then you'll be happy that people listen to you at all. So,
that's a word.
I mean, I don't really understand why he's so upset about it. I mean, just because you came in at number 2, there's, 9,800 some people that came in below you that wish they were at number 2. There was a discrepancy, or there's a claim discrepancy about a bundle deal and those sales not being counted. I think that's something that should be discussed in private with the label in terms of like, hey, and approach them respectfully, because apparently he stormed in the office and was screaming on folks. Like, that's really not adult. No. That's not professional. There's a way to...
Sounds like he needs a father right now.
There's a way to approach, a disappointing outing by your standards with tact and be a gentleman about it. And to really try to question, like, well, what happened? I think you should really seek the questions first before you start going into a blind rage, because the answers may quell that anger. And I don't think he chose the right option.
Do you think that is like... But I think for him, he's like, well... My music gets played on the radio, and I don't know what this mysterious stuff is, but like the landscape, and like again, we talk about the landscape and metabolism of the music industry just as a whole. Like, do you think that he's like a little delusional or deluded as to think that Tyler couldn't be successful and that people aren't streaming Tyler's album? Because like the numbers are showing for themselves. It's not like a landslide, but like I think Khaled had like 136,000 in his opening week, and Tyler had close to 170,000. So you're talking about 40,000 records over that. So yeah, marketing could have helped, but like I think the numbers are showing that. Do you think that Khaled's like just a little bit deluded in thinking that like no one listens to what Tyler's creating?
Yeah, that's a funny.
That was good.
I mean, let's go off of like the barometer that he chose, which is the radio. I mean, Tyler may not be getting played on the radio, but is he on playlists?
Absolutely.
Is he getting streamed on playlists? Yeah. And that's really where people are listening and counting. My students, they don't even listen to the radio. I ask students every semester, like, yo, how you getting your music? Man, playlists. My friends put me onto this. Their friends put me onto that. I don't think Khaled realizes the power of peer-to-peer interaction and how that's playing a role in people succeeding on the charts.
Mm-hmm. He's from a different generation as well. Like I'm saying, he's like...
Well, yeah, he's used to breaking records when he was a DJ in Miami and throwing on Trick Daddy's Nan Nigga and everyone going crazy for it, and now it becomes a hit.
Yeah. I love that song.
He broke that record, but like that's what was working back then, and it's not the same anymore.
And and the barometer is different. So what he said is, I don't know about some weirdo, mysterious music that nobody hears. I'm talking about what's playing in the barbershop. I'm talking about when you driving down the road and what you hear people playing. Like that's his thought process. But he's not thinking about streaming. He's not thinking about these audience bases. So he doesn't understand why Billie Eilish and why Tyler the Creator are surpassing him. But it brings it back to a deeper question, which is if your name is Tyler the Creator because you create things, you produce things, you write things, DJ Khaled, what do you do?
We are not.
I'm sorry. No, because you're a curator.
Because DJ Khaled and Diddy are the
can
same
I finish
person.
my point?
They do the same thing, so we can't say that.
I'm gonna finish my point. I'm gonna let you not finish so I can finish.
Go ahead.
So for DJ Khaled, he's like a cheerleader. He gets people in the room. He curates and makes sure that these things happen. But to be upset about a project where you're like a record exec, like you're just releasing music. Like what are you like in terms of your role? And I'm not fully coming for it. I'm coming for it a little bit. I'm not fully coming for it. But all I'm saying is like you're not even. It's different if you spent time like writing these lyrics, like producing and arranging this stuff. Like you put a lot of work and energy and effort into this as an artist, like Tyler did.
Is he credited as a writer and a producer on the record?
I think
he's credited. So we don't really know what he did,
and that's the point. We don't know.
We don't know, but we don't know. We can't. I want to be fair about this. I want to be fair about this. We can't assume that he didn't. We just don't know.
You don't have to. All I'm saying, I'm saying that I feel like all I'm saying is that for somebody who's like, I'm saying like imagine imagine if you spent time like really writing, crafting, arranging, and this you put out your body of work, and this is your moment in the sun. Yeah. And someone else who I'm like, what did you even do on your own project, bruh, other than cheerlead? What are we talking about? Like, to me, that gets me hot because, like, you're lucky. You're ungrateful. Like, you're lucky that you've been able to be on the charts where you are already, because the only reason that you're there is because you just team up with the biggest artist and you're like, oh, I think this song would work. I think if I put three artists on this song, this will work. Like, what are you actually doing?
But
like, you're profiting,
well.
but you're profiting.
That becomes a disaster.
And then sometimes it isn't.
So there is a talent in putting people together, but the thing is,
but it doesn't always work. It doesn't. So when you're expecting to win because you follow the formula, but you don't understand the way other artists actually do things.
But that's not the actual issue is less about Tyler making beautiful music and like making it well. I think the problem is that DJ Khaled lives in a vacuum and he doesn't understand the way the world works now. But when Assad grows up and gets to 14 years old and he's like radio
everybody's album
and on his Game Boy and
yeah.
listen, that's when he's gonna have an understanding of like, oh shit, actually these skater kids are downloading music or they're streaming it or they're entitled or they're on Spotify. He doesn't understand how it works. He's still that old dude in the neighborhood that's like still wearing the oversized jersey and still trying to talk to girls that are like 20, 30 years younger than him. That's DJ Khaled right now on a bigger platform.
I enjoy him as a personality. I enjoy some of the stuff he's worked on and released. But yeah, I mean, because I'm like, is he even like the Kurt Franklin of hip hop? Not really, because Kurt Franklin is writing these things and like putting these things together. So like, you're just at the we the best. Positivity.
Okay, I want to hear what Radar has to say.
I think the perception of what he actually does is often called into question because of how he presents himself in live situations.
Right.
Because if you watch the SNL performance leading up to the release of this record, he was just on stage with a microphone. I think if we actually saw him behind two turntables in a mixer, putting his hands on technical gear, that would lead us to believe, oh, he does it here live on turntables. Right. Maybe he does something in the studio that's somewhere on par with this. And because he doesn't, it leads us to believe, like, well, what do you actually do? But he can actually. He's
a motivational speaker who's just not feeling motivational right now because he's not winning.
He
said all I do is win until he's not winning, and then he's like, I don't have anything motivational to say. So you're not really a motivational speaker, and you're not really like a health conscious fitness person because we see you working out.
But you are really a troll.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just
feel a way about this.
No, but I'm saying the only reason I care is because if somebody puts work into something that they put work, energy, and effort into it, and it's them. Yeah. And then you come and shit on that. Because you didn't because you're used to winning and then now you didn't. Sit down somewhere. Like go find a seat. Go find a seat. Go find a bottle. Like for real.
I can get with that argument, but my argument, I would get on the argument of what people fail to realize is Khaled, much like Diddy, much like Swiss, when they put out these albums, they are producers, and so like beyond just producing a particular song, when you executive produce an album, you are producing a sound. You're producing it's more like curating, and that's what Khaled does, and that's not something to be taken lightly because when you do it well, i.e. Diddy, i.e. Swiss with that last album, you create a sound or you create something really, really beautiful. I'm more frustrated that Khaled is doing this and he's like, I didn't win, and you're like, yeah, it's a missed opportunity for the producers that were on the album, not for you.
Yeah,
it's a missed opportunity for the.
Fine.
But
he doesn't care. But he doesn't care for them. I'm saying it's very central to him.
Yeah, that's what
I'm saying. I heard that.
Yeah, I
heard that. So I'm like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I agree with your argument on that basis. Like, Khaled, this is not about you, but also the album is number 2, which is not a consolation prize. It's still very much like you're still on the podium. Like, your name is being announced at the end of this meet. So, like, that's the part that sucks.
Also, like, generations are changing, you know, and Tyler's, like, the new thing, and kids his age are doing this new thing, and I'm just kind of like, how smart is it for you to come at him like this now? What are you going to do in the future?
Well, but not even that. Why do you think to put Tyler on the album?
Yeah, because there's being
going to be
what we haven't
people that you want to be able to work with, but now, like, it's not just Tyler the Creator, Odd Future, every other band that's like, you know, related to that.
Alternative,
Sid. Everyone's going to be like,
Jaden,
fuck DJ, because they're going to see themselves more aligned with people like Tyler, and be like, you're the enemy.
It's deeper than that. What we didn't say at the open was that, you know, he's filing a lawsuit. So he made a video, deleted the video. Then he made another video where he's just like throwing subliminal shots, like mysterious music. And then now he went into there's a story that he went into the record label and was like, yo, what's popping off? And now there's a lawsuit. Like that. Like I'm just saying, how far are we gonna go with the circuit? Same thing with
the
like
lawsuit was with Billboard.
Billboard. Yeah, the lawsuits with Billboard, but. I'm just like, how far are we gonna? The same thing with politics. Like, how far are we gonna go with this circus? Because that's all I'm saying. Because it makes me.
I wish I was.
The reason I was even going at Khaled to begin with is it makes me, when someone is like clowning on this level, then I start like, oh, so what exactly were you? Yeah. Then it makes me actually look, and I wasn't looking before. I wasn't really looking at like the receipts and checking your files. Now I'm like,
What warrants this level of saltiness? Show me some receipts.
Yeah. So that's all I'm trying to figure out. But yes, I don't want to keep you longer than you have to be here. But I know that you have responsibilities. We appreciate you for being here.
I gotta get my boy.
Father figure. Happy Father's Day.
Ellington.
Yeah, that's my son.
That is how I refer to myself when I like say something smart. I'll be like, yo, Ellington, because I always feel like, you know what I mean, put a little British thing on it.
And I'd be like, this fool. That's how I refer to him.
On behalf of England, please stop.
And my British accent is like amazing and stuff. And people be like, yo, are you from? And I'll be like, yo, I'm not from there. I get it. But I'm not. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We the best British accent. I be doing it. I be out there with it. So thank you guys for being here once again. And yeah.
Thank you.
This is He Said, She Said. You heard a little bit about what he said, what she said, all of that.
Ellington.
Ellington.
No.